Hello everybody and welcome to our studio show here on Mxgp TV, round 14 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. And just in case you're wondering how we get things going on here, obviously that's how we set the studio up here. But I'm glad to say that we are ready to go here, and we're at Lommel in Belgium for the Fiat Professional MXGP of Belgium. And our guests this week are Jeremy Seaward, Dave Strybos and Petr Petrov. But before we talk to our first guest, Lisa Leyland, as always, alongside us here, fresh back from Estonia.
Yeah.
How was it?
For the juniors, it was a really good weekend. Seeing all the young kids out there banging bars, it was good. Yeah. A lot of fun.
And looking forward to another round of MXGP?
I am, but I'm not sure where the summer's gone. It's a bit miserable out there, but yeah, it'll be a good one here in Lommel, that's for sure.
A bit non-existent at the moment.
A bit non-existent, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's crack on with the show then, shall we? Our first guest is in position, Jeremy Seaward, Team Suzuki World MX2. Jeremy, welcome to our studio show here. Belgium, not too far away from where you are living, of course. But you're second in points coming into this round here. How are you feeling about coming into round 14?
Yeah, really good. You know, it's been tough last few GPs with points and stuff, but I try to don't think about it, just do all my best. And now it's nice to have 2 home GPs in a row. You know, I mostly live here in Belgium, so this feels kind of home. And next weekend the Swiss GP is my real home GP, so I'm looking forward to both races.
Well, so far it's been a season of firsts for you. You took your first race win and first Grand Prix win in Indonesia. I guess they must have been, you know, pretty good moments for you, but I guess you kind of expected that coming into the season this year.
Yeah, for sure. We worked for it, we expected it, but still, you know, to do it is something else. Even if sometimes if you expect it from you, it's even more pressure and stuff like this. So it's nice. I won 4 GPs, you know, I had some nice races and all that. But still, it's frustrating in the points at the moment, but I can't change it. I do my best, and we will see still 6 GPs to come, and yeah, it will be calculated at the end of the season, you know.
Just looking at this here, difficult conditions in Indonesia.
Yeah, that was still one of the most, I don't know, heavy mud race I've ever seen in my career, especially that second moto. That's, I think, the first one, which was still okay, but later it got worse.
And of course, you also earned your first red plate in Patagonia as well. Was that a special moment for you?
Yeah, that was really special because, yeah, when I was younger, quite some years back, I was sitting at a friend's house and he had some red plates there, and I just, really bad wanted to have some of them also, you know, and it feels just so great to get it and have it on your bike and stuff.
Yeah.
Whose friend? Who was the friend?
Yeah, it was one of mechanics. He was mechanic for, who was it? I think Kenny, and he got some red plates of him, so I saw them standing there, you know, so yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
And of course, you recently took back-to-back GP wins as well in Italy and Portugal. Was that a proud moment for you?
Yeah, it was, you know, to win 2 in a row, and I went 1-2 and 2-1, you know, that's quite consistent and good, and that feels really good, you know, to win it not by luck and do it like consistently, you know.
Difficult conditions, those 2 races in Ottabiano and Portugal, the heat mostly. Given you know, what happened a couple of years ago in Thailand, and, you know, we obviously know what happened there in terms of the heat stroke and exhaustion. For you to come through that when everybody else was tiring, that must have been like another milestone for you, because very hot, more than 30, almost 40 degrees, yet you came through it, especially in Ottabiano.
Yeah, it was, you know, we knew it's going to be tough. It wasn't that warm, but just the humidity was really bad, you know, so that second moto in Ottabiano was really tough, and a lot of times I had in mind, you know, what happened 2 or 3 years ago in Thailand, but I think that made me stronger, and I could, like, I knew how far I can go and how far not, and that, I think it helped me, and yeah, it was in my mind, but yeah, it ended up good. So
good. Well, in terms of the championship this year, so far you've had 6 race wins, 4 Grand Prix motos. Paul's the championship leader, has 12 race wins, 6 Grand Prix victories. The gap is 47 points. Apart from that gap, what do you think, and those statistics, what do you think has been the biggest difference between your results and his? Because you're clearly fast enough, and some will say probably the fastest rider on track at times, or maybe more often than not, but you're having to do it the hard way. So what is that down to? Is that starts, reaction? Is that, what is it?
Yeah, it's about the starts. It's not a secret, you know. It's just difficult at the start for us, you know. They're not sleeping, and it seems like they did some big steps over the winter with that mesh. We are not bad neither, but it's just not enough to do hole shots, you know. I can be in top 5, but till I'm on second place, like, he's already gone, and that's, I think, what made the difference. Plus, they have 2 strong riders, also Prado, you know, he can defend him a little bit, and which is normal, you know. If 2 teammates are up front, they can play some games, and I just can't, because I would love to see Hunter fighting next to me up front, you know, and then I would also be a bit stronger, but, you know, that's how it is. I think I just do what I can do, and it's just a hard way. I have to come through the pack or pass like 2-3 guys most of the time to take over a lead or something, but we can't change it, and I'm still thinking positive about it.
Good.
Okay, well, let's talk about Lommel. Last year, you won a qualifying race here, and you were on the podium. New layout, though, this weekend, isn't it, here at Lommel? What are your thoughts with the changes of the track?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. I've not done any laps yet, so we will see how it will be, you know. But it looks cool. It's nice they changed it, especially for the crowd also. I think it's nicer for them too. But, you know, Lommel will always be Lommel. It's about sand, you know. It's just the sand bumps, especially tomorrow in both races. It's going to be super heavy, so I'm looking forward to it. And to be honest, at the moment, I'm like the past few years, sand was always a bit of a struggle, just because I never had the chance to really live here and stuff. But now, since I'm here a lot, you know, I get better in it. We saw that like in Autobiana and stuff. So I feel actually, really good in this kind of stuff now.
And obviously, when we get this race out of the way, we go back home, Frauenfeld, which is a fantastic venue on the calendar last year, great atmosphere for you. Looking forward to going back there, no doubt. Have you, I mean, 2 things to look forward to, I guess, the fans, and also, do you have any special things to tell us about last year? You had limited edition race shirts. Is there something else for the race next week?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to do something special again. The guys who follow me on Instagram and stuff, they saw that we're going to make the Clockwork edition. Like, I'm going to run a watch on my helmet, and the Clockwork, from a Swiss watch on my shirt and pants and stuff. So that's going to be awesome. But
what's the brand?
It's Certina, Swiss watch brand, which is a sponsor of me since this year now.
Okay.
So that's really cool and just fits everything perfect, you know. And yeah, I'm getting goosebumps, you know, to see these pictures. And if it's same as last year, it's gonna be amazing already, you know. It was just one of my highlights of my career so far. It's unbelievable how the crowd was acting, you know, how much noise they made, and just all the atmosphere was just amazing. And I'm looking forward for that for sure.
All right. Well, look, we are out of time, and our second guest is here. So, Jeremy Seewer, thanks for joining us in here. All the best for this round and the next 5 after that as well, of course, next week at home in Switzerland. Jeremy Seewer, everybody. Before we meet our second guest, let's see what happened 2 weeks ago at round 13, the Czech Republic circuit of Loket. Here's highlights from MX2 Race 2. A near-perfect racetrack for MX2 Race 2, but Ben Watson was sent tumbling to the deck halfway down the start straight. This time it was Conrad Mewes who grabbed the foxhole shot, the first of the year for him on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. But by the time they got to the bottom of the first downhill, Prado and Jonas had both gone through into the lead. Wasn't long before Jeremy Seewer joined them as well. The Suzuki World MX2 rider was in third. Belandrum was in fourth, but not for long. He was soon passed by the Khmer Yamaha of Benoit Paturel in what was shaping up to be a great race, until Jonas found his way past Prado. Despite their efforts, the chasing pack couldn't do anything about Paul's Jonas, who opened up a comfortable lead, leaving Jeremy Seewer to try to find a way around the young Spaniard. He tried on several occasions, but he was denied at every opportunity. Eventually, he caught the rear wheel of the KTM. He went down and took Paturel with him. They lost a couple of positions in the process, and they had to do it all again. One rider that had to work his way through the field was Tomas Covington. The winner from race 1 made a bad start, and he was charging his way through the pack, picking off riders at will as he got his head down in pursuit of a podium place. Boger's made a mistake. That allowed Jeremy Seewer to go through on that yellow Suzuki. That put him up into 4th place. Found his way past Valandren and then went after Jorge Prado all over again. It was a real case of déjà vu for the Swiss rider on the Suzuki. Paturel was also on the charge, following Seewer through. And this pass here from Tomas Covington on his teammate Conrad Muse ensured that at the end of the moto, Covington would have done enough to get himself on the podium for the 3rd consecutive Grand Prix. There was still plenty of action out on track though, between Prado and Seewer. With about 6 laps to go, Seewer got close. He made a pass, then he stalled, then he hit neutral. Eventually he found his way around the outside, got himself into 2nd. By then, Pauls Jonas was too far ahead. And Seewer lost more vital points in the overall classification in that charge for the MX2 title. But it was Jonas who was victorious, winning his 12th moto of the season. He took the Grand Prix win as well. Seewer and Covington joining him on the podium here at the Czech Republic in Loket. Of course, Jonas extends his championship lead over Seewer, Olsen 3rd, Paturel and Lieber rounding out the top 5. Well, that was just 2 weeks ago at the previous round, but I'm glad to say now, joining us here at Lommel in Belgium, a former 125cc world champion, Dave Strybos. Dave, a new job for you, a rider coach now with HSF Logistics Motorsport. Tell us, how did that deal come about? Obviously, it's new for this year, so what was the story behind that?
I can say you that in the beginning of the year, there was some struggling in the team. So they know that something must be changed at that moment. And then they came to me to ask me to do some things with the riders. And, you know, I was very excited because, I mean, a team like this, a private team, is wonderful to have that in Holland. And that's why my choice was very clear to do that for these riders. And, I mean, the potential was so good. I mean, that these young riders have so much potential to make better results. Only, you know, they miss something. Yeah. And that's why they asked me to do some things.
Well, you mentioned the privateer team, satellite team. It is probably one of the most impressive teams in the paddock. It's not a factory team. And when you look at the other satellite teams as well, those teams have come a long way, haven't they, in the past maybe 10 years? They're almost as big as factory teams now. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think that the HSF, I think, is almost like a factory team. Yeah. Because the riders have all the possibilities, and the people around work so hard to make the best for the team. And you know, the results are very important because, you know, that motivates for all the people in the team. But with this team, I can say they have many possibilities to make the best results. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your riders. Brian Bogers, first of all, what's it like working with him?
Oh, that works now good. The first few months, you know, you need to learn each other. How the feeling goes, but at this moment we have a very good feeling, I think, and he understands now at this moment what I mean, to do in the races and in practicing. So this guy have also many possibilities to get on a higher level. You see the beginning of the year and the results at this moment. So. I think you have still more possibilities to make it a little bit better, but you know I mean all the top 10 riders are very fast, so you need to work on the very small details. But I believe in this rider. Yeah. Looking at him here in Russia, he was aggressive, needed to be because of the weather conditions on Sunday, but he got 3rd overall there. But he had
I think Indonesia got a third in the second moto, didn't score in the first one, you had that crash, but 7th place in the championship. Do you think he should be higher than 7th, knowing now what it's like to work with him and you know what his potential is?
My feeling and what I see, what he can, I think it's for sure possible to be every race in top 5.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the start is so important at this moment. So yeah, normally when he's in a good shape and he's with the start there, he can do it because he has the possibilities.
Okay.
And what about Calvin? Took his first podium in Latvia, but it's just a shame he got injured after that.
Yeah, for Calvin it's a shame that he coming injured. At that moment at Latvia he was coming in a good shape, and every time he was coming better every race and practicing. So yeah, he's back now, and he's a very good rider. He's a technical rider, and I think for the future he have more possibilities also to make the best results.
Yeah.
Is he 100% fit? Could we see him on the podium here this weekend?
What I know, yeah, when I see him riding in the week, so I think he's quite fit, and if he lost some races, but I think the couple of races was coming. I think he can improve, and he can make for sure top 5 also.
All right.
And of course, good to see David Puch is back this weekend. What can we expect from him this weekend? It's been a tough season for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, we decide this week in the practicing that Puch will be not racing at this weekend.
Okay.
He's not back.
Right.
But we will see it next week in practicing how it goes, and for sure he will be back in Sweden. But maybe in Switzerland already, but we need to decide it next week.
Yeah, we saw pictures of him on social media doing some start practice, so and he was on the entry list, and thought maybe he was going to try it, but just too early.
I mean, he wants to try. He's very motivated to come back, but I say you need to come back when you are 100% fit, so you can do the 2 motors for 100%. And before, I think it's not a good decision to come back.
Okay. Well, more from David in a moment. Want to see information on our mid-season TV promotion? Just with 6 rounds of Mxgp remaining, a quick reminder to let you know that we're still running our Mxgp TV mid-season promotion, where your TV package comes with a 50% discount on this season's package. If you buy the package now, you can watch every round of Mxgp live and on demand for the remainder of the season, including the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations. And you'll also have access to the first 13 rounds of Mxgp on demand, as well as our 26-minute video magazine, Behind the Gate. So what are you waiting for? All races on Mxgp TV are live without TV advertising, so you'll never miss a single lap. Dave, we're almost out of time here. As a former world champion, I know you're very well known in these parts, but to the new crowd coming through, maybe don't know you as a 125 world champion, 1986, multi-time Grand Prix winner as well, 4 times runner-up. How do you see the World Championship now? Obviously, it's different to when we raced. Are we in a good place at the moment, you think, Mxgp?
I think for the spectators is very exciting at this moment because the level is so near. Every rider are so close. So I think we have this year the best competition ever, I think. And so in MX2 and MX1 is very nice to see. So we get a good race this weekend, I think, and they will fight for the best positions, I think.
Okay, just one last question then. Who's going to win MX2 World Championship, do you think? Jonas or Siwa?
That's difficult to say. They are very good. Both riders are very good. So I can say nothing about that. But in motocross can happen everything. So, but yeah, I hope the best rider will be win.
All right. Well, look, great to see you again. I mean, we see you every week anyway, but thanks for joining us on our studio show. Davey Strybos, the rider coach from HSF Logistics Motorsport. Right, before we meet our next guest, Petar Petrov, let's take a look at some of the highlights from 2 weeks ago, round 13. Here's action from the MXGP of Czech Republic at Lockett, MXGP Race 2. There were 1 or 2 anxious moments right before the gate dropped for MXGP Race 2, but it was Tim Geiser who made sure of the foxhole shot this time around. That was the 4th time the Slovenian had crossed the line in 2017. Cairoli was rapid out of the start as well, quickly into 2nd, just behind him Clément Dessau and Roman Febvre. Paulin was 5th, Jeffrey Hurlings was 6th in the early stages of race 2. The track conditions absolutely perfect, and the scene was set for a great showdown between the giants of Mxgp. Geiser led, but he was pushed by Cairoli, and on lap 6, the 2:22 on the Red Bull KTM eased his way past the HRC Honda of Geiser and looked to try to pull away. Behind him though, these two, Gauthier Paulin and Jeffrey Hurlings, were banging bars. Dessau was in the mix too, and so too was Roman Febvre, in what was a titanic scrap for 2nd. Eventually, Dessau made his move on Geiser, got himself into that 2nd place. Paulin tried his hand, was denied by the Slovenian, had to wait a few laps. Jeremy Van Horbik was having a quiet ride. He eventually came home in 7th place. Febvre and Hurlings were at it once again. Hurlings eventually found his way past, put the squeeze on the Yamaha rider at the bottom of the hill, went after the Frenchman, Gauthier Paulin. KTM power versus Husky power over the hill. Hurlings got his rear wheel down on the ground earlier than the Frenchman. He charged through to take 4th away and then set up what would be a great battle with Geiser. The two Frenchmen, Paulin and Febvre, were duking it out as well, but Paulin on the 21 would win out that battle to come home in 5th, ahead of the Motrans Yamaha of Febvre in 6th. And that battle came to an end when Febvre was forced wide by a back marker. Jeffrey Hurlings seized the opportunity with both hands. He charged up the inside of Tim Geiser, almost left the defending champ on the deck. Either way, Hurlings was through into 3rd. Dessau had another solid ride on his Monster Energy Kawasaki and was poised to take 2nd. But this weekend, it was all about Tony Cairoli. Race win number 9 for the season. And he's getting closer to that 9th title. Cairoli on top then this weekend, Dessau 2nd, Geiser back on the podium since round 5. And for Tony Cairoli and Red Bull KTM, this season is just getting better and better. Next stop will be Lommel in his backyard in the deep sand of Belgium. Well, that was Lockett in the Czech Republic a couple of weeks ago, and final guest is here. I'm sure he'd love to be riding out here as well in Lommel. Petr Petrov, Monster Energy Kawasaki MX2. Thanks for joining us here this weekend. As I said, I know you'd love to be riding out there, so you're possibly the most frustrated rider here this weekend. Probably a close 2nd or tied equal with Sean Simpson. It's been a disappointing season, hasn't it? A lot of injuries. The last one coming in Russia. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's just been a very, very difficult season. A lot of injuries, and for some reason, I don't know what's been going on. The first race, I came back from another injury. I just got re-injured again. So it's been a very difficult season. But yeah, like you said, it's very unfortunate that I won't be racing this weekend, as I wanted to go for podium number 3 in a row in Lommel. But it is what it is, and looking forward to get healthy again and get back to racing.
So what is the latest with the shoulder injury then? How far are you from getting back on a bike, or is there no rush now?
There is no rush because I had surgery like 5 weeks ago. I just removed my brace, and I can slowly start moving it again. And I will take a few more months, hopefully around 2 months, and I'll be able to be back on the bike. Cool.
You missed the first 4 GPs, but in Valkenswaard you look pretty sharp, really strong there. I guess, does that make it even more frustrating for you?
Yeah, you know, like I came back. I tried to race in Qatar. It was not working because my ankle was just not good enough yet. And we came back, but it was just very difficult. Valkenswaard went quite okay, and I said, okay, it's getting better and better, but just the injuries came back, and that's it.
It's a shame because last year you were running inside the top 5 as well.
Yeah, that's, you know, I was 14th in the championship for quite a while, then 5th, and I was just always up front. And this year with all the injuries, it's just been unfortunate. But that's our sport. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, did you have a good winter preparation? You know, after last year, when you had that period where you were running fourth, you finished just outside that that zone. So did you kind of go, you know what, let's try and switch this thing up a little bit and go for the championship or certainly the top 3?
Yeah, that was our goal. That's why I missed the last 2 Grand Prix, so I can get fixed with my shoulders and have all the surgeries that needed to be done, so I can be 100% this season. But it's just it didn't go as we wanted. Winter was quite okay. We took it easy, but then on international race I got hurt, and it just came one after another, and it's been completely disappointing.
Well, obviously this year is done. Next year you have to move up to a Mxgp. Is that something that you're looking forward to now? A new challenge, a fresh motivation?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've been for 8 seasons in MX2, and I started quite young, so it's like you said, it's a new challenge and new motivation, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, we've got a question about that from MX Justin on social media for you. After training on the 450 for a while already, do you think it is more suited to your riding style?
Definitely. I'm quite a big guy and quite heavy for the MX2 also, so the Mxgp bike suits me much better. Just, you know, we had a couple of goals that we wanted to achieve on the MX2, and that's the reason why we're moving up so late. But I'm really excited to go on Mxgp and fight with the big boys.
Yeah.
What is it that you like about it? Just having the power there when you want it?
Yeah, I mean, going out of the turn and just when you need the power is always there.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice.
All right. More from Petar in a moment. Fancy getting your hands on a little bit of Thor swag. Take a look at this. Well, how would you like to bag yourself some Thor goodies? Our friends at Thor are offering a Thor Fuse gear set. So all you've got to do to win that is just like and share Thor and Mxgp on our Facebook pages and theirs, as well as share the competition post. It ends on Tuesday, the 8th of August, so you've got a few days. You will also win Mxgp3, the official MX video game, and a season pass for Mxgp TV. So what are you waiting for? Get your hands on that nice Thor Fuse gear set.
Okay. Petar, just picking up on what you mentioned earlier, today in Lommel, with these conditions, and if you were 100% fit, do you think there would be another chance of a podium visit for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm always been fast in sand, and also that was one of my biggest disappointments. I never could do a podium on hardpack. I've been 4th and 5th all the time, and just missing the podium. So it was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, I was really looking forward to go again on the podium here and at least try to fight for it. And well, I think I can even challenge the guy like Poles for the win. And last year I finished 2nd, one moto, and second moto I got a little bit hurt. But we were always one of the fastest guys around here. And like you said, I think it's not going to be a fun day tomorrow watching, but I will try and enjoy it.
Well, obviously coming up here on a regular basis and seeing everybody else go around here, knowing the riders as you do, who's your money on to win MX2 tomorrow?
Jonas.
Yeah, all day long?
Yeah, I think.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, why? Because he gets better starts and he's stronger in the sand, or?
He's strong on sand. Physically, I think he's really good. Jeremy is also, but I think Pulse is gonna. He's fast. He's just consistently fast, and I think we are looking at 1-1.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, confident. And in MXGP.
Well, that's a tough one, but I think we're gonna see the most interesting race of the year so far between Jeffrey, Tony, and maybe some like Arminas can go fast, and I think it's gonna be really interesting. But I think I'm gonna go for Jeffrey.
See, this is the biggest talking point at the moment, isn't it? A lot of people are saying it should be Jeffrey because he's the best sand rider in the world, although he's only won one time in the sand this year. But round Lommel, we expect him. My personal prediction is he maybe wins qualifying in the first race, Tony wins the second one, and takes the overall that way.
Yeah,
but it depends on the weather, depends on the track conditions.
Yeah,
the heavier, the better, you think, for Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. I mean, they will be going high speed, definitely. It's just will Tony take the risk and maybe make a mistake, and we know how many points he's ahead, and he's looking at the big picture, the championship. Yeah. So I think there it's going to be...
I'm really excited.
He wants to win, though, doesn't he?
But he wants to win, so it's going to be very, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to watch it.
All right, well, maybe we'll get you in the booth with us in one of those races as well later on. But anyway, we are out of time. Petar Petrov, thanks for joining us here. Thanks also to Dave Strybos and Jeremy C. We wish those guys the best of luck, and everybody from HSF as well. You can catch all the action live today. We're on air at 1:35 with the 125 race, I think. So join us, not the 125 race, the 150 race or the 300 race. race anyway. We've got so much going on here today. And, of course, you've got MX2 and MXGP qualifying later on as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, actually, in Switzerland. So it's a busy period coming up for us on MXGP TV. Thanks for watching. See you next time.